I've got 4 tips for backside disasters, and at the end of the video, I learned a totally new one for me. So stick around if you want to see that. Before we even get to the quarter pipe, let's talk about the first tip, the scoop. The scoop is a flat ground trick that you should learn before you try a back D. That's it. It's actually super fun. So the point here is to learn how to scoop your board in the back 180. So when we get to the quarter pipe, you can do the same scoop and get onto the deck. I'm going to do a switch. Oh, switch is harder. Then once you're comfortable doing the scoop flat ground a ton, just try it on the quarter pipe below the coping, right? So just roll up. Same thing you did before, but under the coping. Scoop. See, this kind of thing might be easier on like a really tall, mellow quarter pipe, but I don't have that in my backyard. Is that what surfing's like? Maybe it is. So tip number 2 is shoulders. Once you get up to the coping, you need to make sure to get your front shoulder, whether you're goofy or regular, and point it into the ramp. So once you're on the back D here, like let's just say I'm on it, you need to point your shoulder into the ramp the way you want to go. If you let your shoulders kind of fray out like this, end up kind of not being able to lean into the ramp as well. But point your front shoulder into the direction of the ramp. So much like this. Once you're on it, you point your shoulder in, and that'll make you go in. Tip number 3 is to point your back leg straight. Once you get into the disaster, the leg that's on top of the deck, push it out straight. It'll help so much with keeping your disaster like in control, as well as like set you up to do backside lip slide when you want to. We can get into decked, not decked in a second, but tip number 3, extend your back leg. This is fun. We've done like 15 backside disasters back here. This is a good time. The 4th trick tip I have for backside disasters is to lean into the ramp. When you're in your back D, when you're here, make sure your body weight is inside of the ramp. You don't want to be standing up here when you're ready to go back into a back D. It's a little harder that way to learn. It is fun later, but when you're first learning, it's much easier to lean your body all the way in. You can think of it this way. Think of it like if I'm going to bail this back D, if I'm going to run out, I'm running down the ramp. I'm not running up on the deck. Let me show you the difference. If you lean too far back, you end up like in that scenario. And even like bailing, you run out of the ramp this way. You don't want to get up on the deck. Okay, so little side quest on this. If you don't know about decked and not decked, this is the difference. When you're on a trick and you're like that, your board's halfway on, halfway in, it's not decked. When you're all the way on the deck, that's decked. I think it came from a rock and roll originally, actually not even sure, but it does apply to a backside disaster. Do them how you want to do them. They're both really fun, just to have a good time. So let me try a couple of these and show you the difference between a decked and not decked back D. I prefer doing them in the middle of the board because I feel like I can do like a lip slide that way a lot easier. But some people do them just all the way up on the deck, and it's like personal preference. So this idea actually came from a comment that someone left, so appreciate you leaving the comment. Here I am trying the backside disaster one. There's a whole list of tricks on this comment. I'll get to the other ones later, but this one's really fun. I'm having a great time just doing a bunch of backside disasters out here. In fact, the decked one's hard. Like I slammed on the decked one. Okay. Those are the 4 tips for a backside disaster. And once you get that down, you can do all sorts of fun stuff. You can do like a ollie up to backside disaster. You can do backside lip slides. You can do them to fakie. And if you're keeping your back leg straight, backside lip slides are a lot easier that way. You can try and switch. There's so much stuff you can do with a backside disaster once you get there. Just go do backside disasters on everything you can try. Try it on a curb, whatever. I'm not actually sure if I can backside disaster a curb. I'm gonna try. That was it. Okay, confirmed. You can back D a curb. All right. See, this is that scoop I was talking about. Step number 1, you gotta scoop. I'm counting that. Back D. Scoop, shoulders, lean in to the ramp, and then straighten your back leg. That's all there is to it. All right, that's it for back Ds. If you want to see another trick tip, I have one right here. I'll put it in a little box over here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the ideas for other tricks you want to see. This is fun. I just ended up doing a bunch of back Ds for lunch in the backyard. Thanks for watching, liking, and all that fun stuff. Appreciate you. Thanks.